What's up, everybody? This is Jason David Frank, the Green Ranger, and you are watching Ranger Wrap Up. Peace. What's up, everybody? This is Jason David Frank, the Green Ranger.
Welcome to the Ranger Wrap Up. Hope you guys like that little intro. Something new, trying to change it up a little bit for you guys in the stream. Thank you much for joining us on your Saturday. It is Saturday. And like I say every Saturday, you could be anywhere else in the world today, but you're here with us, and
we appreciate it.
yes,
Definitely
we truly do. We truly do. I am Jezzer, your host, and my co-host, as always, is, go ahead, Daniel, do your thing.
Holla at your boy, it's me, that's right, Daniel, aka Battlestar Galactica, aka the BSG, purveyor of petty, and so many other things. But right now, at the moment, what I am is a man that wants to talk about Power Rangers, the show, and other stuff happening within the Ranger universe.
Yes,
and that's
indeed.
definitely what we're going to do today. Today, we've got a big packed show for you guys today. We're going to be talking about the newest episode of Power Rangers, which hopefully you guys saw. And if you didn't, sorry, there's going to be some spoilers. What else are we talking about today, Jezzer?
Jason David Frank released footage or a video of the Legend of the White Dragon suit, so you know, get a chance to take a look at that. And for the end of the show, we're going to be talking about this elusive Blake Foster Michael Lasky fight that we've been waiting for almost 2 years now, and
It's almost like 3.
Yeah, almost 3 years. There's some new development, so just want to chat about it. I mean, apart from Power Rangers, me and Daniel also love sports, and mixed martial arts and boxing is a huge part of that. So I mean, you know, these two finding a way to intertwine that, you know, that audience and this audience and putting it together, I think it's a slam dunk as far as fights go, but we'll definitely get into that. But let's see who is in the chat today. We got Thomas Franco, Fox Ranger, Edward Sanchez, Brent Darby, and Larry Newbill. So if you guys have any friends that enjoy the show and enjoy Toku or Power Rangers, please send them our way. Tell them to join the live show. We've been doing this for a while now, Daniel. I think, you know, from our last channel to here, we've been doing this for maybe 5 years, and I enjoy
it. It just gets better.
I enjoy it. I think once the world starts opening up, you'll see a little bit more content on this side, especially being in LA. A lot of Power Rangers live in LA, and I guess I can say this. The one thing that I kind of envision for the show going forward, I kind of want to do kind of like a late night talk show, you know, and I think that that'd be really cool to have a studio audience, you know. But hopefully, when the world opens up, everybody you know, gets past this COVID stage, you know, it'll get better. But let's go right into it. We're gonna be talking about episode 5 of Dino Fury, which is called The Winning Attitude. It's Daniel, let me ask you this: what do you think of the show so far? 5 episodes in, what do you think of the direction of the show, the tone of the show? What are you feeling right now?
Well, actually, I'm kind of shocked that after it took 5 episodes for us to get a really strong or heavy moral kind of dropped in on us, because for 4 episodes we really haven't. They've been like, all right, well, this is the episode, and here's a little bit of the moral, you know. There you go. Mm-hmm. This one was like, all right, we're going to be slightly blatant, but still, it wasn't beating us over the head with it. So I kind of like that. And I like the direction the show's going in. Like I said before, the music is still great. When they did the little running scene, the music was good. So I'm just 5 episodes in, I'm still here watching the show.
Yeah, I
So
mean it's definitely on par with Beast Morphers for sure. This is definitely the first Hasbro owned series. I think definitely
yes.
we've said this before. Beast Morphers was kind of a transition period, so
Hmm.
this is the series where we can see how strong and how different that it could be going forward if they were to go forward with live action. And I keep reiterating that because the future's
You
still
never know,
unknown.
man.
The future is still unknown.
Yeah.
But let's get into the episode. Let's talk about some of our favorite things. We're not going to break down the episode beat by
No.
beat because there are a ton of great Power Ranger channels that will break down beat by beat. One of my favorite ones is definitely Heirloom, Orange Ranger. I
Oh
think does
yeah, man.
Ranger Liz does a great one. A more
Deoxy.
phenomenal. Yeah, Deoxy, A more
Deoxy does a
phenomenal.
good
Yeah.
one. A more phenomenal. Dawson Rider. Like, dude, there are a lot of people you guys can head over to, and
Mm-hmm.
trust me, they're worth it. Just wait till we finish this episode, and then
Yeah.
you can go to them, and you'll love it. You'll
Yeah.
love
Yeah.
it.
But
So
yeah, I mean, this episode was a lot of fun. They were working together with the Special Olympics, right? So they had an actual equestrian Special Olympic.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
man. Like for the Aussies, she's
Yeah.
an equestrian. Like I was like, dude, okay,
Mm-hmm.
you guys like that's the biggest kind of like cameo or like kind of moment you guys have had for the show, and bravo, it was well placed.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Well placed.
This story is more of a the story is more of a Izzy story, right? This is an Izzy story. Let me see, and she's we see that she's like this super athlete or whatever, and one of the main themes of this episode was you don't always have to win. There's more important things than winning, and I think that's a good message for kids to learn growing up. Um, my take on it though, like once you go pro, I think that it's a different level. But I mean, for
Well,
teaching,
once you go pro, you know you're making a check. You're trying to support your family,
yeah,
you know, and yourself or whatever. But for this whole part of the learning and doing it this way, yeah, it still made sense. There's a whole lot more than just winning.
yeah, definitely, definitely. I mean, what were some of your favorite things about this episode, Daniel?
The funny through line of the farting
Ugh.
or the
Wait,
gassiness.
are you being serious? Oh,
I'm serious. I'm not joking.
okay.
That part where first her brother was like, "Oh, I know.
You're
Are you
gassy.
gassy?" And then after that, later her dad's like, "Are you gassy?" It was
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
okay, I get this little funny joke they just keep throwing in on her,
Hmm.
and I was like, like I didn't laugh out loud, but it was a chuckle of,
Thomas
so I was like,
Thomas
I
Franco
enjoyed
says
it.
this is an Izzy filler episode. I don't necessarily know if it's an
I
Izzy
don't
filler episode. I think
I don't think it's a filler
yeah,
episode when you're actually introduced to the new Zord.
that too.
Like that's a big thing, and the whole episode was about the Zord. And then they had the moral mind and the moral compass come through.
Yeah.
I think it was pretty good. Oh,
Oh,
here comes a super
we
chat.
got a super chat from our buddy Larry Newbell, who's part of the team. He says, "LOL, saw your post, Jez, on Captain America. You savage as fuck on this one." It's true though. It's true though.
Hey, it is. It is. Let's not even lie. I saw it and I'm like, yeah,
It's true though.
yeah. I
It's true
mean,
though.
there's the correct one, which is the real one, and then
Hey,
there's the bargain basement.
I mean
I'm
that
just
dude,
saying.
that show is amazing.
Yeah,
That show is really cool. You guys should check out the watch along that they do Thursday nights. They do it every Thursday night
yeah,
Falcon and the Winter Soldier. So check that out, you
yeah.
guys. Check that out.
If you guys can stay up when it happens, trust
Yeah,
me,
dude,
you will
I'm
enjoy it.
out
It's
by
a
then,
great
dude.
show.
I'm out by then. Friday morning, I wake up and I watch it, and yeah, it's a great show. Great show. So thank you so much, Larry, for that. But going back to the episode, going back to Thomas Franco's comment, I really don't think it's filler. This is the second time we meet Izzy, or second time Izzy is in an episode, and a lot of these episodes are to build some character development for them. So I
Yeah,
really don't think this early into a series that we'll be getting fillers. So yeah,
I
I
I
disagree
also
on that
gotta
one.
say I do. I agree with you, and I disagree with Thomas on this one. We learn more about Area 62, or at least what's around it. Scientists finding a particular metal
Yeah,
that they didn't get to really research.
yeah,
I'm like they're giving us so much about Area 62 that it's going to be a big moment about everything concerning Area 62. There's a reason it was chose. There's a reason why they have the name they do for it. There's a reason why they keep sprinkling things around it.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like I'm digging that, and just guys, hear me out. I'm telling you, Area 62 is going to be far more important than what it is right now.
Why do you
Just
think?
saying,
Why do you think they went with 62?
because don't we have Area
51.
what? Yeah, 51. So I don't know. They just moved up. That is a good question. Like, why 62? Well, it means they have so many different areas.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Here's one thing about the show that I find a little confusing. Usually with Power Rangers or with any superhero, having a direct line to them is kind of dangerous. I think. I don't know if you remember in Power Rangers in Space. When there was that little girl that figured out who Carlos was, and then she had him on call every single time.
Mm-hmm.
It just gets a little dangerous, having them have like
Yeah.
his own hotline. It gets a little dangerous. I'm sure like Salon is filtering out through some of these calls, but it's just definitely a different take. And right now I'm not a big fan of the whole cyborg thing. I mean, I don't. She's so human-like. Well, I don't know why they didn't just have her be another sidekick type.
Another.
Player. Yeah, I don't know.
That one I don't know. What was the difference? Like, all right, if you make her a cyborg, you have to show me why we profit or what's better
Yeah.
from the fact that we made her a cyborg. I haven't seen too much.
No,
I mean,
or
they,
even
I
put a
mean,
little
it's
effort into
been,
making her look like a cyborg.
it's been more about like, okay, it only benefits us for jokes,
Yeah.
but it doesn't benefit us for story or full-on character development. So, like, we'll wait and we'll see. Maybe when Mick shows up on around episode 8, he'll be able to fix her. I don't know.
How you
So,
liking the dynamic with the Rangers and like for me like I'm seeing a little bit of some character development with Chance's character. He's a little bit of a cocky type of guy. He's kind of like a little bit of a show off, but I don't mind it. I don't mind. I think it's a pretty cool dynamic to have, especially when you have characters like Russell's character and Kai Moya's character. It's nice to have like a flashier dude that comes in there and just knows what he wants and knows his abilities. What do you think of the Ranger so far in the 5th episode, Daniel?
they are working with a better dynamic. Definitely far more team based, and they're knowing how to work with different parts of their team, either being available or not
Yeah.
available. One thing I definitely love is when they told her to finish her race, and they were like, "If we need you, we'll tell you to come on, but we'll handle this right now." Usually, like in Power Rangers, it's like, yeah, even though we were able to handle this before having your resort, oh, we just definitely can't now. You have to sacrifice what you need to do so this way we can have your resort. They didn't do that.
Yeah.
And so it's like, I like that dynamic that's growing and letting us know that they are far more capable
Mm-hmm.
as a team, even if one piece of the team is missing. So I'm enjoying that right now.
Robert Amaya says, I'm fine with Jane and the J Borg. I thought they were funny. It's not that I don't think some of the skits that are funny. I just don't think that it lends to the story. I feel like it's... How do I explain this? It feels like a commercial, or it feels like it just takes you away. It takes you away from the plot a little bit with some of the things that they do. Like they don't intertwine directly with the Rangers, like Betty and Benny, or
Yeah.
who's the one from Super for Ninja Steel. They don't intertwine with them as much, so it kind of like takes you away from the story. And this early in the game, I think that they need to lend a lot of the the short time that they have in each episode to build the characters that the story circles around. So some of the skits are kind of funny. I just don't think that it lends a lot. It kind of like takes away from what they're trying to do with the main story. Brent Darby says, I definitely think that this is a team that needed 5. Yeah, definitely. I saw up here, Thomas Franco says, I got emotional when I saw the actual person with individual learning disability, because I have a learning disability. Yeah, I mean, especially for a storyline like this, it's nice that they went for it. It's nice that they're showing some representation, especially because It's good to show a little bit of representation in shows like this, especially for kids, so that
Definitely,
even
definitely. And truth of the
yeah.
matter is, it's something that a lot of people do know. Being on the spectrum is something that's kind of, I wouldn't say completely commonplace in the Power Ranger
Yeah.
community, but in the Power Ranger community, we do have a very vocal kind of group that are indeed on the spectrum. And it's great for them to be able to see something and say, oh, you know what? That's like television, like I say all the time, it's a
Mm-hmm.
mirror. And you want to look in a mirror and see yourself. So the moments where you're always looking in the mirror and you don't see yourself, you start to question, do I even exist to other people? And they get to finally see it and be like, there he goes. That's me.
Yeah,
I get it.
definitely.
And it's like that's the great thing about it. So I get it. I mean, Robert said the same thing. A lot of people are saying it, and it's like I agree. I agree. It's great to see that level of
Yep.
representation.
Robert Amaya says episode 8 is called Unexpected Guests. Yeah. Looks like Mick will be in it. Still hoping that the Gold Ranger doesn't appear in it at all because this has been done twice. I I can't remember exactly, but I'm pretty sure it was 8 last team and then 8 before that team. I think around that 8 is when they introduce a person, but because there's those images that came out with Mick and
Hmm.
that came out a few weeks ago, I think the way that the timeline is set up, I think that is episode 8 is definitely going to be Mick. Um,
Oh yeah.
yeah. Welcome, Heirloom. Heirloom is in the house. Him and Bryn have an amazing Super Sentai show that right now they're talking about Zenkaiger. So
Yes.
if you guys haven't checked it out, check it out. It's really cool. I know you guys have been really wanting some Super Sentai representation on the channel, and we got two of the best, handling that over there. Bryn Darby says in the first episodes it was almost like Red was leading the team, but only Blue and Pink were in the same boat, different than 3 and Beast Morphers. That's true. That's true.
That's
Um,
true. That's very true.
I do appreciate that each episode, or at least so far, is going to be dedicated to one single ranger. But I think once we go forward, I think it's going to be important for them to all have some interaction and all have some a big part of the pie as far as character development. But I mean,
Which makes sense, and that's exactly what's going to
yeah,
happen. You can see it. You already know it's lined up that
yeah.
way. What else is lined up in a cool way is super chats, and we just
We
got one.
did. We got a super
Uh,
chat from our Toku sis Layla. She said, "Hey y'all, popping in a while. I'm at work, sitting at the health screening table. You know what, Layla?
oh
You're doing some good work over there. Stay safe,
yeah,
stay healthy, and thanks for popping in and thanks for the super chat. Truly, truly, truly appreciate it. Um, going, going, looking more into the episode. One of the things that I did enjoy is the fight scenes, and I enjoyed the fight scenes in the Zord because the main Zord, like, he is very nimble. He's running, he's going, like, they're not steering, they're steering right in the direction of what they did with Rio Soldier, and I think that's one of my favorite things about this show is how the Zord's not stiff, and the only thing I don't like,
very true.
like I said before, I don't like the Lego building aspect of the
Mm-mm,
Zord. I don't like it.
mm-mm.
I'm not a fan of it. I don't know.
No,
The,
I mean it's so blatant. It's like when they formed up and then they did their little pose where they're leaning on the sword. I was like, oh, look at all the little Lego pieces.
yeah.
I don't like this. I don't like this. Like I didn't. Also, I gotta say, I didn't like the little shortcuts they took for the green tiger where it was like jumping on. Like it was like
Yeah. Yeah.
I was like, come on, guys, come on. Like you skipped a few steps just to make the shot go through faster. Take the
Take the
time.
time.
Take the
Definitely take
time.
the time.
The tech that you're using for the Zord is cheap compared to like what studios usually
Yeah.
can pay for. So take the time, guys. You're not gonna have to like, oh dang, we gotta pay another million for just these moments right here, blah blah blah, like for these frames. You're not.
Yeah. Yeah.
So just take the time. That's all I'm saying. But besides that, it's acceptable.
Yeah.
I can kind of deal with it.
All in all,
But more and more, I'm not crazy about the Zord
what would you
fights.
rate the episode
More and
all in
more.
all?
Out of 5, this episode, there wasn't too much that I didn't like about it. So yeah, this episode was a 5. I gotta honestly say, I think I love the
Yeah,
episode.
I think I'll give it a 3.5. It's not my favorite episode, but it's on the character development side, it had some bonus points. So you guys in the chat, put what you guys thought about in the chat, and or read them out. But
Morphin Network already tells us what he thinks about it, which is love this episode a lot. A great way to respect and represent the Special Olympics and young kids and adults with the ability. Great with a disability. I'm sorry. Great writing and episode. Great writing for this episode, and they're giving it a 5 out of 5.
well said, Morphing Network. So you guys just put your ratings in the chat, and we're gonna move on to the next topic, which is going to be a little the Legend of the White Dragon clip
That's right.
that Jason David Frank posted. But before we see that, Layla sent another super chat. Didn't want to watch it. 5 work weekends. Yeah, sorry about that,
Okay.
Layla. Sorry about that, Layla.
We still appreciate it.
Yeah,
still appreciate it. Just from what we're telling you, you were like, I can still rate it.
Yeah.
So we appreciate it.
Yes, thank you for that. So we're gonna show you a little clip, and then we'll be right back.
Really, Jezzer, what do you think? I mean, I want to hear your pros and your cons.
It looks okay. The helmet looks dope. I really like the helmet. I really like the
has
helmet
great
a lot.
detail.
It looks a little bigger than the bodysuit, but I mean, it is what it is. The thing with Bat in the Sun is they don't shoot like the way that he presented it. That's not the lighting, and that's not what it's gonna look like. Like
There you go.
the way that they're gonna shoot it, it's gonna look way different. And there's no doubt in my mind that Bat in the Sun's gonna hit it out of the park again, for sure. I mean, that freaking Batman short that they did, crazy. It's fucking crazy. It's ridiculous. What did you guys think about that, Daniel? What did you think about the suit?
Once again, you said it before. That helmet, great detail. I love it. And genius how they put the little thing there so he can actually see while he's doing things.
Yeah.
It wasn't like, we're just gonna make it and you won't be able to see. We'll tell you where to move when the shot. No, they make sure it's practical, even though it looks cool. I like that. Now, when it comes to the shield, sure, looks good. The suit, it's like a kind of bodysuit that you think to yourself, you could do more. But the thing is, on the Bat and Sun kind of costumes, they work with that exact kind of bodysuit. And it has to be able to move.
Yes.
That's why they work with that type of bodysuit.
Yes.
Like we saw the one where they had JDF there as a White Ranger versus Scorpion. And he said it himself. It was hard to do because you're worried about your range of motion and you don't want to ruin the suit, but you have to make it look good.
Yes.
You have to pay off. This time, with a suit being able to move in the way he will, it will pay off with every punch, swing, kick, jump. It will all pay off. So, just like you said, it's not shot in the light that you are expecting it to be seen in for the final product. When it is, trust me, it's going to be freaking amazing.
Yes. Bat in the Sun,
Bat in the Sun,
they're great.
amazing.
They're great. we actually, me and Joe sat with the guy behind Bat in the Sun, and he's like, you can see the wheels kind of like churning in his head as far as like what he wants to do, what types of fandoms he wants to tackle, as far as what he wants to do for his next video, and how enthusiastic he was about talking about when they did like the Kickstarter initially for the movie or for the series. He was super enthusiastic, and having JDF be part of that is that vision is pretty cool. Let's see.
Bryn Darby saying, think it could have used more armor plating. Just a little too sleek. He says that it's kind of it has more of a feminine look because it's kind of stripped down, and that's what he's not like loving. Yeah, the helmet's epic, but the rest, it's not there for him. The blur is completely dissatisfied. Not impressed.
Not impressed. It's not Edward Sanchez in here. Edward Sanchez approved. Definitely.
Oh, no, it is. Apparently, Edward Sanchez says I like it.
Oh, he did?
So it's Edward Sanchez approved. So that's not
Edward,
bad.
you gotta talk to the Blur and try to change his mind on this. Like we said when we were talking about the stage show, it's gotta be practical. You know, it's got to be practical.
Yeah, yeah.
Who knows? Maybe
it's got to be able to move around.
maybe there's another suit. Maybe there's another suit. We don't know. We don't know if there's another suit for like
No.
close-up shots
Yeah.
and stuff.
Yeah,
We do
there
not
may be a
know.
suit just for that. Like, all right, for let me stand, I'm kicking, I'm moving, I'm not fighting, but I'm standing, blah blah. And then this is the suit that I have for when we fight.
Yes, yes, definitely.
So-
Moving on with the main topic of the show, we're gonna be talking about this fight. I don't know. I mean, I'm pretty sure the Ranger fans have heard about this. The Blake Foster and Michael Lasky fight. Now, this, Daniel, initially when you first heard about this fight, did you dismiss it, or did you think it could legit be a thing?
Okay, when I first heard about the fight, I first heard about it from you saying that that's what they should do. It was before they even mentioned that they were going to fight. Do you remember that?
Yeah. I
Yeah,
mean,
you said, "Oh man, they should fight," and then you made a graphic and all these things, and then finally they were like, "Yeah, we are going to." And I remember they even used your graphic, and I was like, "Oh, that's kind of effed up."
Yeah.
You know, kind of tell them thank you, but whatever. You know, I get it. They're like, fan art. We're gonna use the fan art.
Yep.
Fans will love it. So yeah, but I do want to see that fight. I mean, we've been dealing with freaking Logan Paul or whatever like that, and all these people that like I'm not really crazy about, and they're over here having fights.
Yeah.
Why don't we get something for us?
Let me ask you this. Let
from
me ask you
people
this.
that actually do
Yeah,
it.
Daniel, let me
Yeah.
ask you this. Since you know, you and I are pretty big sports fans, what was your initial reaction when you saw or heard about the Jake Paul Nate Robinson fight? Did you feel like they were doing a disservice to the sport by
To
doing
the sport
this?
itself?
Yeah.
Yes. Yes. You're gonna take a basketball player and a YouTuber. We're gonna put them together and have them do something that neither of them should be ready for.
Yeah.
Little did we know, Jake Paul was definitely effing ready. I mean, my God, when they show his training regimen and things like, I was like, yo, like, are you serious? I know your brother is doing stuff, but then here you go doing it too. Like, dang, man.
Like I
And
still
I'm sitting
listen.
there
I
thinking
still
to
don't like
myself,
the guy. I don't like the idea of this guy. But I mean, he laid Nate Robinson out. He just.
Nate Robinson did not take it real. He did not take it seriously. And because he didn't,
Yeah.
you can tell he wasn't prepared. So he lost.
Yeah.
And with this fight, as far as the Rangers are concerned, it looks like they are definitely ready. We know Mike already is, breaking people open, shedding blood, and going for it when it comes to MMA. But we're wondering about Blake.
Yeah.
And right now, Blake is looking like a freaking beast.
Yeah. He
But
slimmed down.
all of
He slimmed down.
He slimmed down, built up.
He's
I mean,
getting.
he's got 19-inch pythons right
Yeah.
now. This guy's got.
And then with
I'm like,
Mike, I think Mike definitely put on a lot of weight for this fight because
Mm-hmm.
when I interviewed him in 2018, he was like a skinnier guy. I don't know how much it takes to put all that weight on, but it takes a lot. I don't know if you know actors like I know you know the actor like Christian Bale. When he takes a role, like he gets really serious. One of the most notable ones when he did like The Machinist or whatever, where he lost a bunch of weight and then he had to do Batman Begins, where he had to gain a bunch of weight back. So the toll that it takes on a body to put on weight and lose weight, especially for like a time fight, it's a lot. It's a lot. So I don't know. We do have a little.
I mean,
yeah,
go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
we do have a bit of videos from their social media, and we're just gonna show this to you so that it, give you a little bit of what's the word? Context to when we go deeper into it. So we'll be right back.
Fuck it, Mike. We'll just do an Instagram live. Come to the academy. Come to my studio, and we'll just do it. I'll do it for 3K. Come put the gloves on. Let's fight. We'll Instagram live it. Let's go. Show you who's scared.
It's just, I don't understand. You won't do it in a cage on pay-per-view for 5K because it's not enough money. But you will do a backyard brawl for 3K on Instagram Live? I see what I'm dealing with here? That's why I'm not even dealing with it anymore.
Real or build up for the fight? I mean, little from column A, little from column B. I'm gonna be honest, like, when we decided to do this together, we were gonna, like, responsibly razz each other. Throughout the whole thing. Blake is a good trash talker. I'm a good trash talker and performer. And we're competitive. So obviously that's what was going to happen. And it was super friendly. But when he sort of backed away from the money for the second time, I got super frustrated and just put him on blast. So what you guys have been seeing for the last like 5 days is very much legit upset, anger, and grievance towards him. I just didn't want him to get away with stringing me along for this fight for like 2 years. I gained like 35 pounds to be able to fight him and have been maintaining that calorie-wise for some time, and it's exhausting and frustrating and hard. So I was very frustrated when he tried to back out again. So I put him on blast, and apparently it worked, because he should be getting a letter of intent in his email box shortly, relatively presently, and he should be fighting. Would you do it on IG Live like he suggested? That's by Jezus. No, I wouldn't do that. I mean, I have more self-respect for the sport, the martial arts, to just like go to a dojo and challenge somebody like this is, you know, the Bruce Lee and the Big Boss. Like, that was fine in like the 1950s or 40s or whatever. I know the Brazilians used to do that in the early 90s, but that's not where I'm at. Martial arts, or mixed martial arts as a sport, deserves more than that. You guys deserve more than that. But on top of that, if we're being utterly honest, I'm not going to go to a place where he's going to have all of his friends filming and decide the outcome of it, because he's a very Hollywood person. He understands how to make people believe things that aren't necessarily true. I have that ability as well, but I'm also very truthful.
Fuck it, Mike. We'll just do an Instagram Live. Come to the Academy. Come to my studio, and we'll just do it. I'll do it for 3K.
Wow. That was pretty heated. Someone had asked.
I love it.
Someone asked in his little TikTok live if the animosity was real, or where the lines
Manufactured.
are blurred. Yeah, because you and I know, like, as far as building up a fight, building up interest in a fight, there needs to be some I don't want to say fake, but some animosity towards each other to heat things up. But I think that it started off like that. But I think now that they put into question their credibility, or who's lying or whatever.
Credibility, intention, and things like that, it's becoming something a little bit more. You know, it's like you said it, like, yeah, sure. You know, he's a good trash talker. I'm pretty much a good trash talk performer. You know, that's going to be fun. Or, you know, we got to work that way. You got to work the angle. You got to build the heat. So if you do build the heat, people are going to love it. Yeah. That's what they're going to be looking for. So, yeah, it's a little bit of a work. But then after that, now, like you said, with everything going on, this whole back and forth. Yeah. All right, for sure, we were going to do it. No, I'm not going to do it at all. Okay, I'll do it. And we can do it for $3,000 in a dojo. Yeah. Boom. Do it on Instagram Live. And I understand Mike's opinion of doing that, saying no, because it is taking away from what he actually does as a profession. You know, it's making it less than, and he doesn't want that to be the case. But I also kind of see, like we said before, Blake's whole thing about kind of, hey, you know what? I want to get paid. Yeah. I want to get paid besides just doing this. I want to get paid, but it does kind of seem, like you said, this whole thing of layering what's real, what's not, because it's like you said before, Blake is kind of presenting himself to be the heel. And it's just naturally making Mike the face. Yeah. So it's like, are we going with that, or are you guys really just going to fight?
Yeah. I think before the video, the Blur super chatted. He said, either needs to happen or not, so we can move on. I personally think that in some capacity it is going to happen. I just don't know when. I think it is going to keep getting pushed forward, but I think that if the fans show, if you comment on the videos or on his stuff and you show that you really want it to happen, if you guys are enthusiastic about it, they're going to make it happen. But as far as right now, I don't think it's not anytime soon. Heirloom says Mike is thinking the same thing as me. Yeah, I'm kind of on the side of Mike here. Like doing it on Instagram Live just kind of diminishes the sport itself. But you know, here's the thing. Here's the thing. Outside of the Ranger community, I don't know if there's much demand for this fight. You know?
That's a question. Because the thing is, let's be honest here, guys. You're Power Rangers.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know if there's
Besides that,
much demand.
who's gonna really want to see it? I mean, sure, Mike is actually in MMA. You know, he has he has two belts right now in two different weights, and that's great. But is that gonna be enough to pull in a bunch of people also?
I don't know.
Like, I don't know if that's gonna be the case. So the thing is, with it, it's like, all right, you've got to reach the fans that are the fans. You're kind of billing it as blue versus red.
Mm-hmm.
So with that being the case, you're going to have to do it somewhere where Ranger fans are going to be able to see it. Now, what Ranger fans are willing to pay more than $25? I myself, like I said, $50 is what I would pay for a fight. Am I willing to pay $50 for this? I don't know.
Not me. Not me.
25? Sure. So the thing is, with that being the case, how much do you think the promoter's really going to get to be able to?
I have no idea. Abram says, "My question is why." I think if I can I can recall, a lot of you in the community knows that Blake is a very outspoken guy. He's had multiple altercations with many Rangers within the community, and I think it all started off from a picture that Mike had posted 2 years ago, or almost 3 years ago, of him like with his bench press or whatever, and Blake, jokingly said, "That's not any weight," or that's like bitch weight or something.
Yeah.
Some people just get rubbed the wrong way, and some people take it the wrong way. So it became like a dick measuring contest, and that's where we are right now. Heirloom says, at the Illuminerdi, also it means if Blake was losing, he or his friends can cut it and say, "Oh, sorry, connection issues." Yes. So that, like, Mike was saying that he didn't want to do it in LA because he doesn't really trust LA people because you can.
Hollywood.
Yeah, you want to find like a neutral place, venue. You also want to find a neutral judge on it. So, because if it's Blake's buddies, they're gonna control the narrative. They're gonna control the narrative and stuff. Heirloom also says, also, I don't think that anyone would care outside of the fandom. People don't know about the Blake and Mike isn't a Ranger, so it's not enough weight behind it. True. We got a super chat from the Blurry said, could it work as an event at Power MorphCon? Daniel, what do you think?
It could, but this is the problem, or this is the real question. You being a fan, going to Power MorphCon, you paid to get in. Now, are you also willing to pay for an event that's there? Are you also willing to pay an additional $25, an additional $50 to go ahead and see that? That's the question. So it's more of a question to turn on yourself and think, am I willing to do that? Yes or no? Because some people won't. It has to have a large enough draw. Like I'm seeing there, Logan Paul and Jake Paul. Yeah, people actually, it did want to see them get punched in the face. Do people really want to see Blake and Mike get punched in the face? I mean, or do they want to see them show off how good they are? Is the Power Ranger community a community that's that into that nature of wrestling or fighting? That's the question.
I have no idea.
Sure, there may be some, but how do we know that there will be a large enough number?
Truthfully, I'm gonna say this. It's gonna sound really bad, but for sure, even Blake and Mike are thinking this too. I think outside of the community, no one cares. And they know this. They know that's why they're trying to get as much support for it, as much money out of it as they can, because outside of the community, no one really knows who they are or cares, and that's fine. That's just the nature of the game. In the chat, you guys, if this fight were to happen, who do you think would win?
See, I want to know that for sure. But Abram asked a question that is kind of interesting. Honestly, I don't see why we the fans need to be in this. Like, to be honest, this sounds more of a personal issue between those two. Now, I understand how that can be the case, but this is entertainment. This is what they do. So for them to be able to pump it up and make it something, that is something that we want to see. I mean, like we had other wrestlers, we had other people like once again Jake and Logan doing their thing. It really did sound like it was personal when you think about it. The trash talk and
Yeah.
everything with Nate Robinson, etc. But that was just them selling the
Yeah.
fight. That's exactly what they're doing too. If they get it into the right ears, people will love it and want to see
Mm-hmm.
it. If they get it into the right ears, like for example, TMZ, it works for one, a nostalgia piece, and then two, a fighting piece.
I
Everyone
think
loves both
I
of
think
those.
the only way that a Ranger versus Ranger fight were to happen, like in an MMA style, and like anyone outside the community would pick it up, like TMZ and all that, it would be
Hmm.
a JDF versus an ASJ fight. That's the only.
That's very
That is the only thing. Like when you say nostalgia, I don't think there outside the community. There's no nostalgia for these two. But if it were
Well, there is
ASJ,
because
huh?
one was a ranger as a kid,
Mm-hmm.
and then the other was a kid playing someone who later becomes a ranger. You know, due to the spell and all that crap. So you're right. So one's a ranger, one isn't. So yeah, the nostalgia isn't that strong.
Erlem
You're,
says he thinks that Mike would take this one, and he thinks that Blake would try and show off way too much. I kind of agree. I think that Blake will try to show like brute force, but
yeah, yeah. I mean, the man's a beast.
I'm like for sure Mike's gonna take a few hits from Blake, and they're gonna be
Oh,
some heavy hits. But I think as a technical fighter, I think that Mike takes this one.
I feel Mike has far more,
Experience.
yeah, exactly. He has far more experience, and I think it's going to be a whole thing where it's more of it's like recently on wrestling. If you guys don't know, Roman Reigns versus Daniel Bryan. Reigns is bigger. He's going to come with that strength, and if he misses, here comes Mike getting a hold, putting him in it, making him tap, or something like that.
Yeah.
I think that's the kind of fight we're going to be looking for. Far more technical from Mike and far more brute strength from Blake.
Yes.
But we don't know how much Blake has strength, so we'll have to see. But that's how I'm thinking of it right
Yep.
now.
So I'm taking Mike in this one for sure.
I'm thinking Mike.
You guys
too.
can leave your predictions in the chat or in the live chat. We'll check them out. But I think that's a good ending point for us today. We still got a few more shows coming out today. I think definitely we have the Retro Ranger wrap up where they're talking about Lightspeed Rescue. So you guys got to check that out. But Daniel, where can we find you on social media?
Find me on Instagram, Battlestar Galactica. Twitter is the Enlightened BSG.
Enlightened BSG. I always get
The
confused
Enlightened.
because when what one thing I do want to say did you watch the latest Captain Falcon and Winter Soldier episode?
Yes.
Did you hear the name of the new Captain America's sidekick?
Yeah, man. I was like, and that's why I was glad when Bucky was like, "All right, stop, let me out." I was like, "Yes, that's right. That's what I feel too."
Battlestar.
Oh man.
All right.
Battlestar.
Oh, we got another super chat from the Blur. Who would win between you two?
Oh shit. See, I don't know, man, because I may have reach, but Jezzer's got strength.
I don't know. I
So it would
really
be kinda
I think
hard.
it'd be even for sure. I think yeah, that
I don't know, man. Like I said, I got reach, but Jezzer, you got strength,
The
man.
Blur.
Jezzer can probably take a
I don't know
really
after
good
this.
freaking
I
hit.
put on some
you know?
pandemic weight, so I have to train a little bit for that.
Oh, please, so have I, man.
Yeah.
Man, at my age and weight, my feet aren't leaving the ground, so I don't even know.
Well, why you gotta come in here and try to start some shit right now, man?
Hey, I don't care, man. Look, I mean, I'll speak freely and open about it in sports. I'll talk about it in facts. That's
Yeah.
all. So,
But yeah, you
That's
can
all?
check me out on all social media at JezzerZeus. Actually, it's speaking about fights and stuff. I'm actually gonna be on this guy here in town that he has a YouTube show where they talk about sports and fights and stuff. And I'm gonna be on an episode sometime this week. I'll put the link to their
sick.
I'll put the link to their channel in the description. But you guys check it. I'll let you guys all know when it's gonna happen. I'm super honored that they asked. He actually well, it's not, you can't tell now, but he actually cut my hair. He works at this barbershop,
word.
and he's like, oh, like I was just telling him about stuff that we do and stuff. He's like, oh yeah, dude, I have a YouTube channel. Come stop by. I was like, all right, cool. So if you guys want to check that out, you can see, I'll give you guys a link to that as soon as it comes out. Robert Amaya says, take care, guys. And the episode of Falcon and Winter Soldier gave us another young Avenger, the Patriot. That is true. That is true.
Yeah,
I'm
true.
sure they're going to talk about that on It's All Connected. So you guys check that out because that'd be really cool. Do you guys want to see me and Daniel going to the Octagon? Maybe we'll train. Take 2 years, maybe.
I know, yeah, dude. Like we'll take like 2 years to train, and then we'll come. It would be
It
dope.
would be
It would
dope.
be dope.
Or someone else. Do you guys want to see us take on a Ranger or something? That'd be crazy. That'd be fucking crazy.
Whoa.
But you guys, thank you so much for joining us on your Saturday.
man.
Thank you for spending your time with us, and we'll see you guys next week. Peace.